Today I'd like to talk about what I knew about ayahuasca as opposed to my expectation and then what really happened. Many of you out there may have heard of this medicine, and I'm here to tell you that it is really a game changer, life changer, conscious lifter. So going into ayahuasca, I had my intentions for this sitting to work with her, with earth, with Gaia, with myself, my soul in this human experience is to surrender and to let go, to face my shadow side, to brave what it was that was going to come. Right now I'm sitting in a space where I am processing the leftover residue of my past relationship, and that has been really tough. It was one of my greatest loves so far, and so deep and so confusing and attached and toxic, and yeah, it was a real big purpose for me coming here to receive insights, and so I did. So I what I thought was going to happen was that I would sit and I would purge and it would all come out, but that's not really what happened or what she said I needed. So basically, when you sit in ceremony, you have your own mat, you have a bucket beside you for the purge. If that comes out via, the digestive system, it can also come out in so many other ways. Crying, laughing, comes out the other end sometimes too. If you think it's a fart, maybe think again. Hence why I had to stop the last video. So in journeying in, I didn't really feel that I was going in or going deep or that much was happening. I'm a bit of a resident in the spatial realms of many psychedelics that I've tried so far, many medicines, including LSD, mushrooms, ketamine, DMT, and I was expecting something similar. And you know what? She was all of them wrapped into one and so much more. So when I was sitting, I didn't feel that I was feeling the effects too much, so I went back for a top-up cup. So we had 2 cups in total, so I had 2.5 or 20 milligrams, I believe. And so I went back for my second. We bless, we give thanks, gratitude first and foremost. And then I sat, and then I started. The first visual that I got was one of a pendulum, a dark blue and aqua pendulum hitting the surface of the water, which reverberated out into ripples. And I was like, okay, now we're getting somewhere. We're going. And what happened next was my body as well. I could feel my stomach. My stomach was just in knots, and I could really feel the medicine working through my system and also above. Like I felt whispers of wind against my body. Sometimes I was a bit itchy and it was a bit irritating, and I felt a presence upon my body. It felt like spirit. It felt like the ancestors. It felt ancient, and I felt held, but I did feel as though there was a deeper teaching to what that was, and maybe I'll dive into that tonight on the second sitting. But then I got so cold. Really important to bring all of your fluff and all of the things that make you nice and warm. I just got so cold, and I was like, okay. And then the rising of, as you swarm in between all of these thoughts, and it's thought patterns that become, that go into thoughts, that go into visions, that go into perceptions, that go into, whatever stagnant energy is held within these spaces, relationships, memories. And I started to think about the situation that I wanted to go through and grow through, and I was like, hey, this is it. This is the purge. This is great. People were purging around me, and nothing came out. It was burps, probably a couple of farts as well, but nothing more. And then I sort of laid back into fetal position, and I let things run, and I tried to go into the darkness, and this was the expectation that I had and that I wanted. And I wanted it so much that I actually said, no, this isn't what it's about. This isn't your control. This is us, and this is source, and we will lead. And so I wasn't going down the dark path, and instead I went down a different relationship path of friendships that have come to an end, have transformed into something different. The sadness there, and the letting go, and the things that I did wrong in the situations too were really poignant. And I gave love to those situations because I realized that they no longer serve where I'm headed in my life, and the values that I hold now, and what I want to be surrounded by. So different parts of relationship, and then the music. So the facilitators hold space, and they give just such a beautiful show with their voice and their instruments. And then I needed to go to the toilet, and I came outside and I saw the stars, and I was like, oh my gosh. And it's a whole world outside, and it's a whole world inside. So you almost dance between the two, and it's, you can choose your own adventure. It's like, to go down this road or focus on this, or but the more, again, you try to lead the situation, the more I felt you don't really get out of it. And to release stagnant energy and thought processes, I started to sing, and that was really beautiful. I sat outside here and I started to sing this beautiful song that I don't really know the title to, but it's and it reverberated through my body and came through my heart. And it's all about walking through the valleys of your own shadow. And I started to sing, and then one of the facilitators came and got me. I must have been pretty loud. And then I went back inside, and he's like, you're welcome to sing, And then I just let her rip, I really felt the channeling of my voice coming through, and the healing of that could bring to the table as well. And I sang, and I was held space for it, and it was really divinely beautiful. And that went into some other creative journeys, which is great. And I got clarity on my path with my artistry and my voice and my music, which is really cool, because that was another intention of mine, more egoic than anything else. But the ego serves its purpose too, and is to be observed. And a lot of what I was going through was also ego and, future thinkings, and just feeling so excited for the future, and then having to bring myself back to the present too, because that's where the learnings are. And poetry about dreams, and poetry about words, and I've written them down, so I'm really excited to share those. But then I still had this lingering purge in my stomach. I was like, just get out, please. And again, tried to vomit, and it wouldn't come, and my stomach was just like, ugh. And I came back to song, and back to visuals, and then I came back to love, and I went through some poignant relationship loves that I have at the moment, and just felt very excited to be a part of that, to feel love in this reality and experience is, it's one of the greatest joys, but also one of the biggest fallings into depths of codependency and lack of security, and who we are as an individual, and who we are with the people that we surround ourselves with, especially with our partners. So I really got a big dose of feeling lonely, which I have been since I split from my partner, and the travel journey that I've been through, and the crazy chaotic kind of mess that was in me trying to center myself and find myself again. But in the darkness, there was also just, that's where the medicine works too. And it's sit with it, flow with it. And I did, and she allowed me to. And I finished ceremony feeling that almost ashamed that I'd taken so much space up with my voice, and I was a little bit apprehensive about how that was received. But this morning sharing revealed that it was really well received, and that was really beautiful. And I was so tired this morning. Wow, I was so exhausted, and I didn't know, I just felt just sad in my body, just sadness. And I think it was a stagnant energy that I was trying to move through that didn't quite come out. And when we did our share this morning, it purged, and I broke it down into tears and shared really my soul's feelings, you know, at this time. And again, that was very where it was. Oh, look at this ant guy. I'm trying to do a video, bro. Flying ant. Journey well. So yeah, just so held in this space by all of the beautiful people and facilitators, and by this environment too. So tonight we sit our second seating and we journey again, and I'm excited for what she is to show us, me, the one, because this is also a collective healing, you know, on a big level. We're not only healing ourselves, but our past lineages, our ancestry, and the global consciousness, which might be a hard theme to grasp, but trust that when the medicine finds you, it will. So yeah, my name is Moni, and I am traveling inward, and I am sitting with the shadows and the light and playing with the duality of life that creates it to be as it is, and it's a beautiful thing. And you know, it's the work. It's the work that's destined and designed. The journey has been wild, you know. It's been 2 weeks of the Dieta, which is a journey in itself. And we had also Bufo the frog the first day, 2 seatings of that, which I'll do in a separate video. And that's my debrief for now. That's me for now. I'm gonna drink some chai, I'm gonna do some journaling, and I'm going to think about tonight's sitting and sit in what it is that my intention will be, even though like the expectation of intention journeying with specifically that might be a slight little dose, but it's not going to be all of it, because Aya is all encompassing of everything that I've ever known. So I hope this is well received for whoever needs to hear it. I look forward to facilitating healing and workshops and speaking and being of service to you and to Earth. And this is where I'm at in my life right now. So thank you very much for your attention, and I will be giving more and more the more that comes. So be well and journey well, and be kind to yourselves. This is a crazy existence of the soul in this human life, and it's not easy, but you are held and you are loved, and that's what I know. Okay, much love. Mwah.